Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Borossy and today I'm taking the opportunity to film for you guys. I'm feeling a little bit better today. If you don't know, I'm currently 11 weeks pregnant and I'm expecting baby number 2. Here on my channel I'm now sharing my pregnancy journey with you guys. I did share my TTC journey with you and now it's every week pregnancy updates. And I did want to talk to you guys about my midwife appointment that I had 2 days ago. Because if you saw my last update, my 10-week pregnancy update, you know that César and I was very upset, and I feel like I didn't touch base on the conversation I actually had with my midwife. So I did want to talk to you about that, because I did learn a few things that I didn't know from the past about my previous delivery and that kind of thing, and the things that she told me is gonna apply this time around. So current situation is that we are living in a pandemic. We are living with this COVID-19 virus every day, and the restrictions are quite severe or strong, especially around like a delivery situation and pregnancy and well, anything related to the hospital really. So the regulations and restrictions are quite firm. And unfortunately, as of right now, César is not allowed to come with me to any of my appointments. He will be allowed in for my delivery, and I did receive a few questions regarding this. I don't know if it's because people don't watch the complete video, so therefore they don't know what I actually said in the video, but I have been receiving a few questions both here on YouTube and also on Instagram regarding if he will be allowed in for the delivery. And as I said in my last video when I explained it to you guys, was that yes, he will be allowed in during the delivery, but not from the beginning. I will have to go in by myself first, and they are gonna do a COVID-19 test on me, and I think I have to wait for the response or the results before he can actually come in. I might be wrong about that. It might be that I just have to make the test and then he can come in. I don't know why they are doing it that way. But they said that he will have to wait like in the parking and they will call him when he can come in, which to me is just silly. But I wonder if the delivery is gonna be more like, if we're gonna get an actual room this time. I forgot to ask her about that. I need to ask her next time I have an appointment with my midwife, because last time when I was giving birth we were like in an open space with only curtains separating us, and it was like a big room with I don't know how many beds, maybe 8 beds or something like that. And I know that they have a few like more like delivery / operating kind of rooms that they use for maybe more risky deliveries. I don't know, or if they have to make some kind of invention, I don't know. But normally you deliver in this kind of open space. You just have your bed and your curtain. So maybe this time they have more, they plan it more and you can get a room. I'm not sure, but that's something interesting. So anyway, he will be allowed to come with me, and both of us needs to wear masks all the time. That's gonna be required, and we feel a little frustrated about that. I don't care too much if he needs to have it, because I mean, he's not doing the effort, but for me, I would feel very claustrophobic, and I don't know how you guys have done it. All you ladies out there who have been giving birth now with masks on, you're rock stars. Honestly, I don't know how you are able to do that. But yeah, so that was one question I received, if he will be able to be in with me, and yes. Not from the beginning, but yes. What more? We also talked about like my symptoms and that kind of thing, and she said that if I ever have any questions I can always call to the office. I knew that, and she was giving me some like things I could do to reduce nausea and that kind of thing, but nothing new. It's nothing new from what I have been doing, but I think that now I'm to the point in my pregnancy where that naturally starts to go away. I think around this time the placenta is taking over a lot of the job that my body has been doing until now. So I think that the nausea is gonna start to reduce, hopefully, according to my apps at least. And next week on Friday I have my first ultrasound, and it's gonna be the 12-week scan where they check for Down syndrome. So they will be measuring the liquid in the neck of the baby, and together with, I don't know exactly all the details, but something like that. So they're gonna take the result of the ultrasound together with my results of my urine test and blood test, and those things together will decide the likelihood of if our child could have it or not. And my midwife will call me the following week with the results, and then I have my next appointment with her in August, and then we're gonna be listening to the heartbeat with the Doppler and that kind of thing when we see her, or when I see her. Yeah, and one thing we were talking about was the delivery that I went through with Natalie and how fast everything was. If you haven't seen my labor and delivery story with her, I have it here. I think I have it linked down below. If not, you can just go to my channel and check it out. But for me, with her, I was dealing with very severe contractions for a very long time. I started to get contraction around week 20, and it was like every day for, like, not constantly, but every afternoon, night I would be having to breathe through contractions, and I was calling them Braxton Hicks, but I didn't feel them very different from when my labor actually started, so they were quite severe to be Braxton Hicks. But anyway, what happened was with Natalie that at 2 o'clock in the morning my water broke spontaneously, and I started laboring at home. My contractions picked up in intensity and how far apart they were, and I knew that it was the real thing because my water did break, and I was not able to time my contractions by myself, so I needed help from César to do that. So in that sense I was sure that I was in labor, but he was working at the time, so I had to call him home, and he came home, and we spent about 3 hours at home laboring in bed, just talking, trying to distract me. We were watching old pictures and videos on our phone, and just having fun, really. And then I started to feel really uncomfortable, and so around 4:45 I think we left home, and at 5 we were in the hospital because we live very near to the hospital, which is great, so it takes no more than 10-15 minutes to go there, which is a big relief as well. So we came to the hospital around 5 in the morning, we checked in, and at 7 I was open about 3 centimeters, but I was having really severe contractions with no stop in between. They were constant, and I was a mess. I'm not gonna go into all the details because you can watch that video, but basically from 7 I demanded that I needed an epidural, and they tried to give it to me, but they were unsuccessful. And while they are trying to give me the epidural, my midwife then asked if I feel the need to push, and it was around 8 o'clock when she asked that, so 1 hour later from when she had checked me, and at that point I was fully dilated. So you can imagine the agony, the pain I was in, and how strong my contractions were, because I did open 7 centimeters in 1 hour. That was horrible. And I pushed her out. It was quite complicated. I needed assistance in the end. I thought they cut me actually, but they didn't. I broke by myself, which was not nice. But the midwife basically had to help me get Natalie out. She was sunny side up, and she was basically stuck in my birth canal. So this time I was talking to her, my midwife, a different I have my midwife that I see, but there are different midwives working in the hospital, so a little confusing maybe. But I was talking to my midwife about the situation that had been, and she said this time around that I should expect my labor and my delivery to go a lot quicker, because it's my second, well actually it's my third. And I felt like, oh, can it go quicker? And I started to get a little stressed about that, and thinking about that makes me feel like it's gonna be a lot more painful, and I don't know if I can handle more pain than I was in. We shall see. I will cross that bridge when I come to it. But we were also discussing home delivery, because I felt like uncomfortable going to the hospital the last time, and I said this time around I'm not gonna feel more comfortable due to the fact of all the regulations and that kind of thing. And I was like, it's almost as if I want to have a home birth just to not have to experience it. And she said, well, you can. And I was like, what do you mean? She said, and so she gave me some information to a website where I can go. I'm gonna start to make a little bit more research about that. I think I'm not gonna be doing that, but I want to make some research about it, at least to see my options. It would be something that we have to finance ourselves, and I think that's probably why we're not gonna be able to do it, but at least I'm gonna look into it. So if you have any experience about home delivery and that kind of thing, or if you have any like tips for me or any thoughts regarding that, please let me know. Yeah, so that was kind of a big thing that we were talking about, obviously. And then also I asked her if my pregnancy this time around is considered high risk or not. And she said, I will cross in your book here that it's not high risk, but you will probably have extra control. They're probably gonna want to monitor you more closely, as if it was just a normal pregnancy, due to the fact that we did lose our first daughter. And so for that reason Natalie's pregnancy was high risk. So this time around it's like the pregnancy itself is going good, is not high risk, but our history shows that we have experienced a loss before, and that's probably why they want to give us more controls. So I feel good about that. That means that I hope it's gonna be that way anyway. I will know for sure next Friday if I'm gonna get more scans and than normal. We shall see. And I also want to know if I'm able to record during the ultrasound, and she said that I will have to ask when I'm there, because I feel like if César is not physically gonna be there, it's even more important for me to be able to record some footage when I'm there for him to see. So that's kind of where I am right now. I feel very pregnant. I feel like I am slowly starting to move away from the first trimester symptoms and into my second trimester symptoms. I know that it's still a few weeks left before I'm entering my second trimester. I'm a quarter of the way through the pregnancy. That's good. And the most exciting thing probably is that she moved up my due date to more as earlier date than what I was expecting. With my calculations, my due date would be the 19th of January next year. And she said that my official due date is the 13th, but she was calculating from the first day of my last period, and I'm calculating from when I'm ovulated, so I think I'm more right than she is. But anyway, my official due date now is the 13th of January, so that's exciting. That means that baby could come in December even. I don't think so, but Natalie was 10 days early, so depends how everything goes. I have a feeling that this baby is gonna be early too, just because of my history and how my body is and all of that. We shall see. I knew that Natalie was gonna be early. I said that from the beginning. I had a feeling that she was gonna be early, and I was right. So I think I'm gonna be right this time also. I have no inclination to if it's a boy or a girl, to be honest. I have no idea, and I don't care really. It's like I don't even know if I want to find out. But I think what I will do is that when I have the scan, when they're gonna tell me what gender the baby has, I would probably ask them to not tell me, to just write it down so I can, together with César, find out the gender. Because he do want to find out, so I will respect that. And I think that either I will do like a live reaction to the gender reveal, like we're revealing for ourselves but also for you guys, or I will I think that's what's gonna be. If not, we will find out and later I will reveal to you, like a surprise to you guys. Depends on how the logistics of the things, but obviously I want to record my reaction and his reaction, so either way you will see it. But I feel like I want to make like an official video of that, so I'm looking forward to that. And my stats this time around are very similar to Natalie's pregnancy. I mean, I weigh about the same as I did when I was pregnant with her in week 10. I'm like more or less like ½ kilo away from where I was with Natalie's pregnancy. I was about ½ kilo more heavy with her. My blood pressure was good, was 111/66. I don't even know. She said it was good. I don't know if it's good or not, but she said it. And my tests came back really well. All my levels are perfect. She said, I can see that you eat very good, like you eat your fruits and your vegetables really well, because those levels were like spot on. So that made me happy. So yeah, new due date, good levels, new information regarding the home birth situation. So it was a big appointment and a lot of information, and I feel like you didn't get to hear that when we were in the car, just being upset about the fact that César couldn't be with me. And I'm sweating, I have been outside. So yeah, I wanted to share that specifically with you guys. So I think I will end the video with a bump shot, because you didn't get that in my 10-week update. But remember that I just had lunch, I'm quite big in the morning too, so I think it's gonna be quite accurate. But thank you so much for watching today, friends, and if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I would love to have you be part of this journey. And yeah, baby number 2 is approaching. I'm just so excited. Let's see that bump shot. And you realize that I had my hair done as well, and I'm super happy with the result. This is the first time I style it. So you probably see that it's a little bit shorter, but yeah, here is bump for week 10 and 3 days. I feel large and in charge, but very happy. I have a dress on today, so I'm not gonna be showing you my bare belly, but there you go. I see. Trust you when you say that beauty